What's up, guys? We're here with Caelan. He got 7th place, top 8 at the Dartmouth Regionals here. What'd you play today?
I played Branded Despia.
The best deck of the format. We don't care about any other. Don't shake your head. It's the best deck. It's the best deck. Any shout-outs you want to give?
Shout-outs to Mike. Shout-outs to Jason for kicking my teeth in. And shout-outs to the boys at Locals.
The traders?
Yeah.
Well, before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe, and well, show us what you fused.
All right. So 3 Aliber, searches brand diffusion, searches anything in the deck that has branded in the name. If it's like, yeah, sorry. If
All
it's,
good.
Spells traps. Pretty standard. Then we got 3 Sarnier. Some people play like less Bestials. I'm playing more. I'm also on 1 Libellion. Some people play 2. I'm playing 1. Want to keep the deck count as low as possible, but still really like the Bestials that come up.
They do come up.
You want to draw them for certain lines, so it's just really important to have. 2 McCourier, also related to the Bestial lines. You want to play 2. 1 isn't enough. If you're having a high Bestial count, you want 2. You don't want 1. Also good to play around Nib in some hands as well. 2 Fallen of Alabaz, 1 for follow-up, 1 for first turns. Pretty standard stuff. Good card to draw too. Ad-lib brings back Mirror Jade. Despian Tragedy adds Despia stuff. Albion sends the stuff you need to bring back with Retribution, or sends Retribution, draw a
For
card.
cost.
Yeah, pretty good. Cartesia, one of the best cards in the deck, allows you to play around Ash Blossom, which is the crutch of the deck, honestly. One of the most insane cards in the deck. Kit, barely even saw it. It did come up sometimes. It's just another way to search brand diffusion or whatever you need. Dark Magician, because we're on Dragoon. Next we got 3 Nib. Nib is honestly okay. It didn't really come out that much. Ash, kind of same deal. Just my matchups, none of these cards really did too much. Good against Cash Tira if they don't play around it by just doing a Rise Heart Pass. Happened once. Usually if the Cash Tira player is like any good, you'll be fine. Like siding this. 3 Branded Opening. Again, searches your Despias, gets a Brand Diffusion. Brand Diffusion, the entire deck revolves around it. You kind of need it. Fuses everything in that you need in the deck. Branded Loss, if you already have Branded Fusion, you search this to add another card like McCourier or something that mentions Elbaz. Gold Sark banishes McCourier or Tragedy, adds stuff. Branded White, pretty important to some plays. It's just a poly. I hard made Dragoon with it. You can use it to end on a board of Mirror Jade and a bunch of other stuff as well. Then we got 3 Super Poly. This
in
card's,
the main.
Yeah, Super Poly in the main. I'm a big fan of it. I think it plays through a lot. Like a Rise Heart Pass, it just plays right through it. Summon Aliber, activate effect, pitch. You're going like -2 to it, but depending on what you're going into, it could be really nice. It just cracks boards, especially if they're on like something that can like go into Garuba pretty easily, or like Mud Dragon. 3 Fusion Deployment. This card's insane. Just summons Aliber or Cartesia. I'm also playing the Aqua Dolphin stuff, so that's useful when that comes up. I didn't really go into it this regionals though. Called by Foolish.
Standard.
Negates Ash. Searches more stuff. Brandon Red, only 1. Good card. Usually only need to resolve it once. Then Branded Banishment and Retribution. This adds back whatever you want to send off of Albion or something.
How'd you find Banishment? I personally cut it myself.
Banishment, I found came in clutch a lot, especially if you got Ash and there's no further plays. As long as you can end on like an Aliber or something, you can just wait for them to get rid of it, then activate Banish, go into a Fuse. Keeps you alive for another turn. It's pretty nice.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So then we're going to move on.
And this is a 40 card deck?
The 43.
43, okay.
Yeah. It's a little bit more chunky than other builds of the deck that I've played so far, but I didn't find it was too bad.
Well, you got top 8, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah, well, you know, things happen. So there's the Dragoon, not mine, it's yours. Libellion, I'm only playing 1. Honestly, if you're going to like a bigger event, I would play 2. It's kind of like, if Cash hits it, you're done. This goes into this through the line. I'm sure you can look it up on YouTube. Rinbrum's really important for some specific lines, usually involving Bestials. You don't really need to summon this unless you have a Bestial in your hand. It's really good against Cash, it's really good against certain matchups, but usually it's kind of hand dependent. Chimera's Chimera. If you're not playing it, you're not playing it. And honestly, your branded build isn't as good for it.
Yeah.
Caritas, or however you pronounce it. I'm not playing Briskinian. Caritas is good enough. If they get rid of it, you can float into Elibur or Albaz. It really helps keep you alive. It's just a good card too. Albion, I'm on 2, pretty standard. Again, cash format, you don't want to get their Albion ripped, so it's just how it is. Also, it's useful for follow-up plays.
Yeah.
Same thing with Mirror Jade, need 2. One of the best cards in the deck, just insane. Ab-Zero basically, and a Banish. Sets up for Albion too. Nothing more you can really ask for. Masquerade, I went into Masquerade a lot this regionals, like just a lot of decks in general. They need to activate a lot of cards to get into stuff. So if you can manage to stay alive with Masquerade on the board, all you need to do is go back into Dragoon, and it's basically a game, honestly. Or you can just attack over for game. So we have some super poly targets here too. We have Mudragon Garuva, technically Dragostapelia. Dragostapelia doesn't really come up. Mudragon didn't come up, neither did Garuva. It's just the decks I played against didn't really have good super poly targets. The better ones would be Albaz and going into any of these guys instead.
Fair enough.
Yeah, honestly, you could cut these guys. I like Dragostapelia. Definitely consider cutting this if you don't like have a good locals area for it. And then we got Sprind and Dust Dragon. Sprind, I expected more contact, so you didn't see it once. I'd play something else instead. If your region's like that. If you're going to a bigger event, definitely play this, because people will be on Contact C. And this is just basically how you get to...
Crazy card.
Yeah, it's how you get to Cartesia and all that fun stuff. Send Albion, send whatever you need. Alright, so for the side, I was on some random crap. Let me see here. I was on Aquaneos. Could play Marine Neos too. There's Dolphin for it. I was on 3 Droll for weird rogue matchups that always happen at regionals. I played against like Ancient Fairy Dragon Field Spell Turbo. This came in clutch there.
Dark World, goodbye.
Yeah, Book of Eclipse, cash. It's also pretty good. Nothing really to say much about that. Just a going second card. Could go first as well. Same thing with triple tack. It's nice going first or second depending on your hand or if your opponent actually interrupts you. Like if they ash you, you can either look at their hand, see if you can play through it, or you can just draw 2. It's nice. Back row hate. I'd play 3 evenly matched, but I don't have them. I'm just lazy and don't buy cards. So, yeah. And cross out. I sided in cross out a lot. Never saw it once. So, that's it.
Would you ever consider playing a Dimension Barrier for the crossouts?
I have played it before. I just didn't have the space for it in the deck.
Fair enough. And what would you cut for the third? What am I looking for? The name of holy for the third evenly.
For the third evenly, honestly,
the Duster.
Probably the Duster, or you could even cut down on Droll, something like that.
Fair enough.
Like a lot of the 3-ofs, you could just go down to 2 and it worked just fine. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your top 8 and the beautiful mat.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we'll see you guys again.
Yeah.